Hello everybody. So, as you know, as a silver stacker and a metal detectorist, I come across a lot of junk silver going thrift store hunting. I found some nice candlesticks. I found broken rings. You get them cheap because they're one earring out of a two set, and you can get them at a better price. So I'll pick them up and I play with them. What I mean play with them is I melt them down to make ingots and play with it. And I figured today I'd give you a quick run through on what it is and how it goes is to make an ingot. Alright, the quick process. I won't show you any burning or anything like that, but the process through. Alright, so I'll reset the camera and we'll get started. Very cool. Alrighty, I guess we should start with the things you're going to need. Alright, you're going to need yourself a crucible. You can buy those on eBay. They're cheap. They come in different styles, different sizes. You can get different brackets and holders for your holding them. You're going to need to get yourself some ingot molds. This here is a 1/4 and a 1/2 ounce. This over here is a 1 ounce. You're going to need some stock silver, which, like I say, I get from my thrift stores and family when they lose one earring and they have an extra. It comes to me. You're going to need yourself a set of tongs for handling the ingot molds, because they're going to be nice and hot once you pour your molten silver into them. And the best way to do that is to keep it nice and clean in a really nice clean bar, is to get yourself a heat source constantly on the ingot mold itself. So if you can get a second person or a bracket so that it's on its own little brick over here, and there's a flame going on it the whole time you're getting your silver melted into a liquid state, getting it nice and soft to be ready to be poured. So when you pour it in there, the ingot mold is nice and hot and it just flows into every nook and cranny. I haven't got that option yet because I haven't developed a bracket, and I can't get one of my kids to hold it for me. They're too paranoid. They just don't trust me. I'm kind of accident prone. But at any rate, if you're dealing with the smaller ingot molds, 1/2 ounce, 1/4 ounce, you can sometimes get away with just your standard nozzle. It goes on to your MAP gas over here. MAP gas, I recommend. The MAP. And you may need the oxygen addition, the oxygen boost, so you have to get yourself a separate nozzle. You can get these at Walmart. Ace, Lowe's, Canadian Tire. It allows you to put the MAP gas and oxygen, or you can go with propane, the blue ones, and the oxygen. You just need that oxygen boost to get it hot enough to get it up to the 1 ounce and larger. You're going to need to get yourself some borax, which is your flux, which allows it to go all glassy like this and allows the silver to come together into nice one big puddle in the center. It makes it coagulate together, I guess you would say, come together. You can get that. You can buy it on eBay or anything like that, but you can pick it up at Walmart. It's a laundry cleaner, borax, 20 mule. Just take that and get it even finer from this to get it down to that. You get yourself a cheap little mortar and pestle and just grind it up, make it finer. It'll melt a little faster for you. You can coat your crucibles, and it'll be an excellent flux for working with your molten metal. And then once you get your metal to a molten state, you get your ingot mold. Your ingot mold will be placed up here. Your crucible will be placed here. I usually do it with it right on top so I can heat them both up at the same time. And your first start with getting for a 1 ounce ingot, you want to be a little bit heavy. So 31.1, you want to be a little heavy, shoot for 32. So you take your stock silver and you weigh out 1 ounce, or a little over 1 ounce. 32 grams, can you see that? 32 grams. And you'd have your crucible nice and hot. Have your silver sitting here. So it's getting hot with the whole mix. The crucible's getting red hot, the silver's getting hot, the ingot mold's getting hot. Everything's getting nice and roasty toasty. You take your tongs, sorry, and you pick up with your flame circling with a red hot. You can see the borax will be floating in like a glass on top, like a liquid. You take your silver and you drop it in. It's nice and hot. You don't want to start with it cold. You drop it in, take the first big piece, melt it into a molten ball, nice little puddle. Get your second piece, drop it in. That'll bring you up to your 32 grams. And then you got your ingot mold underneath getting nice and hot. Your silver is now in the state of molten. So you're floating back and forth, keeping your molten metal here hot and fluid, and heating up the pouring edge at the same time, keeping that molten and getting this hot enough that it'll pour over without cooling at all as it goes past. So you want to get that nice and hot. And you also want to keep heating this at the same time, which is why I say you should have a bracket like this, mounting a second flame constantly into here. Propane will be fine, getting that nice and hot. So when you're ready to pour, it just pours into like a puddle, and it just perfectly goes like glass in there. But I'll get that rigged up soon enough. So you pour that in there, and it goes into its nice little puddle, and it fills into the nooks and crannies, and it comes out like this. Alright, you got your nice little silver bar, your ingot, 1 ounce ingot, which I just made. And you got a second one, just fits in there like that. So when they're scalding hot, they're boiling red, still too hot to touch, you take the tongs, you grab the ingot mold like this here, you take it, you come over here where the bucket of water is, and you take it and you quench it. Drop it into the bucket of water. Let it sit there for maybe 15-20 seconds. Pick it up with your tongs, give it a quick shake. Then you take it into the house for cleaning and polishing. And here's the other one. Hand poured ingots, 1 ounce. A little heavy. I'll take them in and I'll clean them up. I'll show you how I go through that process. Alrighty, let me clean up this mess, and I'll talk to you again soon. Alright everybody, so we've got our 2 ingots, 1 ounce, or I believe close to 1 ounce. Let's get my way in here. It's 31 grams. Alright, now let's clean them. The starting process, any sort of sterling silver jewelry cleaner. You know, the kind where you bath it in there, soak it in there. This will help break up some of the glass-like stuff that's formed on itself, which is the flux. So just dissolve that stuff off. You go at it with a little toothbrush after it's soaked in here for a little bit. And then we go to the polish portion, which is the sanding. First, cleaning. Getting these things nice and shiny. Alrighty. So, we start by putting them in here. Open it up. 2 of them in the basket. Let them sit. Soak them and swirl them. Got my handy dandy toothbrush ready. I got my gloves on because this is a nitric acid base. Okay, we'll skip through and I'll turn you back on when we're ready to pull. Alright everybody, so they soaked in the sterling silver cleaner for about maybe 10 minutes. I scrubbed them with a toothbrush and they came out pretty darn good. Still need a bit of polishing. Get some more of that black off, what I can at any rate. And they're both still coming in at ooh, that one's gotten heavier. What's going on with you? Nope, 32 grams. 32. And this one? That one's 31. Yep, 31. 32 grams. Too far. Molten silver. One-ounce ingots. I'll do some more cleaning and I'll show you again when I'm next step. Alright everybody, so there's the final result of my first attempt at my hand poured 1-ounce ingots. 925 silver. 1 ounce. I'm going to buy some of those little die stamps there. Put something in the back there with the weight and probably my name. This one came out really cool. I like this one. Very cool. And back on the scale. Yep. Crank this bad boy up so I get a little more view. Turn the scale on. Sure it's legible. Alrighty. 31 grams. For the one with a little bit of glass left on the top. For the borax. 32 grams. 925. See how it starts to crystallize? Really cool. 32 grams. $31 grams. Hand poured 1 ounce ingots, bars, loaves. Very cool. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.